Briefly, before going out today, I just want to look at a situation where a company does acts that are in excess of the powers granted to them under their memorandum of association or by the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act. Now, the act says that a company shall not do acts or things, activities that are outside their memorandum of association as their objects have permitted them. Remember in my previous video, if you have watched it, but if you have not, you can go back to look at it, that you have the flexibility to amend the objects of your company, but that amendment will not be effective until you have given a notice to the commission, which is the Corporate Affairs Commission, to enter that notice in their own register. It is only when the notice that you have transmitted to the commission is entered into their register that your amendment will become effective in the eyes of the law. Okay, so but today I want to look at acts according to what the law calls ultra virus acts. So I want to look at those acts that a company can do that are in excess of the powers that they have as a company, that is in excess of the powers that their memorandum of association has granted to them, where it relates to debentures that are secured by floating charges. Now, the act says that no activity, transaction, conveyance, transfer that is done by a company will be rendered invalid just because that act or that company got involved in an act that is in excess of its what powers. What the court can do in such a position is to do what? Prohibit that act by using or applying what? Injunction. Now, where there is a proceeding in court, because you can use that as a topic in your proceedings in court. But what the court will do is the court will not leave you that is suffering a loss or an injury or a damage in the course of that transaction, will not leave you without a remedy. The law says what? The courts can do what? Grant compensation either to the company or to any other party that is entitled to redress. Okay, so the fact that a company has exceeded its powers, the company has done something that its memorandum of association did not cover, does not make that act invalid. Okay, there can be injunctions granted by the courts. There can also be what? Compensation for the wrong that you have suffered, either as the company or as an individual or any other party that is involved in that transaction, whether a transfer, a conveyance, whatever the nature of the transfer or the transaction is, you are not without a remedy. Now, let me show you what the Act says under Section 44 of the Act. A breach of subsection 1, which is that you should not carry on activities that are in excess of the powers that you have as a company. Now, you can assert it in any proceeding. You can bring it up in any proceeding, like for instance, section 344 to section 358 of this act. You can bring it as an issue when you're coming before the court. So now sub 3 says such acts cannot be rendered what? Invalid. Okay, just because it is in excess of their powers, just because it is not contained in their memorandum of association. No. So when it relates with a holder of a debenture that is secured by a floating charge, or somebody that is holding as trustee for a debenture holder, the court can issue or grant an injunction. Okay, issue an injunction in such a state. Then where it also has to do with prohibition of in proceedings, where okay, you are now required as a company, or that other person is now required that you must perform this act. The court can set it aside and just throw it away. No, 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 you are not qualified to do this act, but that you did it, it will not be invalid. But if somebody now suffers a loss, an injury, or a damage, the person will receive a compensation. So you just do justice by looking up section 44 of CAMA, and you have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. I hope this helps someone. Yeah, just keeping my own part of the deal that I'll always bring you premium legal tips to help you make informed decision, so you can live informed life and discover the very best version of yourself. Yeah, this helps you take the right steps. This helps you take the right decision. Yeah, so that's why we're here. You have a beautiful day. Bye.